you do have a lot to be grateful for in addition to your career. But just if you were looking at your career, I would say, you know, I said this, I heard that people were giving blurbs for your book, your autobiography, which I really loved. And so I wrote on it. I'm hard pressed to think of anyone who's had a more fascinating, unpredictable, like great career arc than Bob Odenkirk. And I meant it because I knew you like when you were, you know, you had one jacket, you had that leather jacket and your glasses and you were very intense.
I was really proud of myself that I could put everything I owned in one bag.
Yes. Well, I remember going to your apartment. We went to your apartment once and it was super small as all of our apartments were. And just, you could like touch all the walls, you know, you didn't have to move, but you had, I can remember your brown leather jacket, you know, your jeans, your sneakers, your glasses. And I think that's everything you had. And we were hobos. But I look at you now and I was like, I was watching the choreographed fight scenes, which are so great in Nobody.
It's fun to do.
Too.
And I'm going to tell you, it's the closest to a comedy writer's room.
Yes.
Is doing a stunt fight and any of the stunt fights I've done. It's the most like, oh, this is what we did at 2 a.m. First of all, you train the fight, you choreograph the fight. And I did contribute to all these fights. And in fact, the bus fight, so much of that I pitched to start, which is he bangs his head. Mm-hmm. I hit my head in the first 3 moves. I hit my head. I miss. I have to miss somebody, punch and miss.
Because your character has been out of it for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to degrade as the fight goes. I have to get slower and weaker, not stronger. And I get thrown out of the bus and I go back in.
Yeah.
I have an opportunity to leave. I could walk away. And I don't.
But that's okay, and I'm not going to give anything away, but in Nobody too, I don't think I'm giving anything away because I've also seen the trailer and but for reasons that'll become clear when you see the movie, it's organic, but you end up at kind of like an amusement park kind of place. Yeah. And what's fun is that that's where you are, you're with your family, and so all the fights are happening in this environment. I mean, there's a scene that you incorporate whack-a-mole into a, Jean-Claude Van Damme fight scene. Right. And it's 2 things. It's really good fight choreography. It's really fun to watch. It's satisfying because the biggest, most important element to me of a fight scene is you really want to hate the dick who's getting beaten up.
Yeah. But part of that was, and it's in the trailer, so I don't think this is a spoiler. When the guy whacks the girl in the back of the head, I said, can you make that just as small as, like even the guy who, let's say the real guy who does that is like, why did I do that? That was dumb. What an asshole. I didn't need to do that. Like he didn't even think about it. He wasn't thinking.
He just swats her on the back of the head.
He's like, get out of here, you guys.
Yeah.
And it's the smallest thing. Even he probably thinks I shouldn't have done that. That was a dick move. But he also, I didn't hurt anyone. Nobody got hurt. Her hat went like this. But you go, fuck no. Because little things like that do happen in your life and you can't do anything about them. You have to walk away from them.
I know, but what was so smart about that is it's your daughter.
Yeah.
And I think what's really smart about that is it taps into something. If you have kids, and I don't care how old your kids are, they can be little, they can be, 25. If someone's mean to your kid or shoves your kid or does anything to your kid, it awakens something in you. You want to kill that person. Yeah. And so you're trying to leave. It's a small thing. You're de-escalating, which you use a lot. Let's de-escalate. You've clearly I don't want to have any trouble. You're leaving, he swats your daughter, and it's just this great moment because you're walking out and your wife's saying,
I leave.
You leave as, it's your opportunity.
I could leave.
You could leave. And then your wife says, see, there's a look in your eye, which is, I've seen that look back at SNL when they didn't put your sketch on. And you're, I'm going to try and and you can see he's not going to let this go. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
And you go back in and clean house, and but using all the stuff that's in an arcade,
right.
which is really fun. And
that guy who gets it with the claw, and I've got these stunt actors are so great.
Yeah.
You see how real he makes that?
Yes.
And the first punch, if you watch how he takes that punch, first of all, there's a thing about like, he doesn't just clear off. He like goes,
yeah.
He's like he's got some strength. He's not just here to take a punch. He's a guy who's like, what just happened?
Right.
You know, like those guys are so good.
Is it as much fun to do that as I think it is?
It is.
Oh,
damn
it.
You laugh your ass off.
Damn it.
They say cut, everyone laughs. And goes, I can't fucking believe that.
All right, I gotta call you on something because you were on the pod. You were on the pod. Let me say one thing. You were on the pod for, now I feel like I'm in, because your character, Shirley Levine, talks over people. And I'm doing that to you right now, but it's because it's important. When the first Nobody came out, I had you on. I loved it. We had a great interview. And I said at the end, if you ever make another one, you got to put me in it. And you went, yeah. I'm not in it.
Don't be needy.
But I just want to be beaten. I want someone to beat the shit out of me.
Well, we'll do one.
Just, can you do a third?
Yes.
Well, I don't even have to be me.
Action movie.
Yeah. I know, but I mean, when there's Nobody 3 comes out, I just want to put me in clown makeup. It won't be me, and I'll be a small, but I just want someone to beat me to death.
We'll make it happen.
The last thing I'll say about the Nobody franchise that I appreciate is that there are many, like James Bond beats a bunch of people up in a room and then walks into the next scene looking like $1 million. You are a real human who's just fought 10 guys, and you've been hit as often as much as you've hit someone. You've taken as many hits as you've given, and you can tell progressively as it goes through. I mean, Wile E. Coyote gets a reset after every scene. He can blow up, and then he walks back in the next scene, and it's a fresh Wile E. Coyote opening the Acme rocket boot, Acme rocket boot box. But you can tell, like, you just take a lot of punishment because you're a real person who's fighting all these people. And
I want to do a scene in the next movie, if there is another, where he goes through a metal detector and his body is
pins.
all
pins. And then you fight all the TSA people. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up because we have talked and talked.
Well,
this will be heavily edited.
I just got to say one other thing. Mm-hmm. When I was training for Nobody, and I trained for probably, you could say, 3 years. And when I would go do Better Call Saul, I would train for twice a week. But when I was in LA, I would train 3 times a week at the actual stunt gym. And I didn't think the movie was going to get made. But they were offering me free training with this great guy, Daniel Bernhardt, who trained me. And it's like free, I learned about exercise. I didn't know shit about it. And so I'll take that, and then you can call me and say, we're not making the movie. And I'll go, all right, thanks for the free gym hours. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm thinking about you and Smigel and Sandler and everybody I knew from comedy. And if I were to get to make this movie, and you were to go see it, and Spade, I kept thinking about Spade. I don't know why.
Hey, buddy.
He would go see it and go like, what the fuck?
Yep, that's exactly. And you know what? I had that feeling of it was such a mind blower because it was as if you heard there's this incredibly sensual movie out. It's got really heavy sex scenes and all the women are losing their mind because the guy's so incredible. And you're like, who is it? It's Conan O'Brien. What year? He's 62. Are his eyes still kind of creepy and is his lips still thin? Yes. How's his skin? It's okay. Wait a minute. What? Are his legs disproportionately long to his body? Yeah. But man, the way he goes at it when he takes his shirt off. But only the difference was you completely owned it and it was great. And there's no good for Bob when people are buying movie tickets, especially worldwide. So
Yeah, I promise you, I thought of you guys often.
Keep us in
when
your
I was
head all the time.
exercising and thinking that's just a reason to be doing this. Is if I could pull it off.
Well, Bob,
that would blow my friends' minds.